Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are. And I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to FS25. Actually working in GE for FS25 on the new Forex map. So we got to get field markers in. So now there is a field. Let me get some speed. It's in one of the corners, because when you first start a new map, there's got to be at least like one field in the map. And it's in one of these corners that I can finally get rid of. We're going to pull all the markers and everything out of it. We still have the map border to work on. And okay, so it's not going to be this corner either. It'll be the last corner we go to. Oh, there it is. So we're going to pull all the field markers and stuff out of here. So let's go into foliage. Let's get into terrain detail. Let me just go square and be done with it. So we should be able to just pull all of this out. And then let's grab texture. Let's go grass. And again, I should have just made you square, but I'll deal with it. Alright, now the other thing we need to do is get back into our farmlands. So, info layer, and I'm going to go square. We're going to go farmlands. We're going to go with the last one. I had to have a couple farmlands in the map to test it. So let's fill this in because I don't need this being farmland 1 anymore. I'll just make sure this corner is painted. It was. Okay. So that does not need to be farmland 1 anymore. And I did a little farmland 2 test because I was testing the farmlands out. So there should be a little farmland over here painted a different color as well. So let's go ahead and paint this in. And then we can go ahead and paint this in. Like I said, I was in here testing. I wanted to make sure the farmlands were working. So now everything is, so we no longer have farmland 1 or farmland 2. I'm going to do a quick save. Again, first save is always the longest. There we go. Now, farmland 1. It's going to be under gameplay. It's going to be under fields. Farm. So we're going to have field 1, which will be here. Let me take my speed down. Now field 1, let's go edit, interactive placement. We will throw it here. Polypoints. So that one should be 0.0. There we go. So since this is a straight line, we can go 0.1. Can go here. Now, I think I'll want to straighten. Well, we're not going to have straight lines, so 0.2. Let's put here 0.3. See how that looks. Yeah, just going to work our way along here. We're really not going to know how this is until, because there's no straight lines to run straight points. What was 10? Yeah, that'll work. Now we got to start coming along here. Now I'm going to go, let's turn our farmlands off for a minute. I'm going to go foliage, terrain detail, cultivated, and just take her back to round. Now can I just round this corner off a little bit better. Of course, the game doesn't do perfect circles. Everything's built on a square. Thank you, Giants. What was 16? Now we can kind of sort of go a little bit quicker now. This is why it's much easier to make square fields, because all I gotta do is put 4 points on it, one in each corner. Now I could pretty much go a straight line up to about here. And then we can fill this in a little bit. Yeah. Because then I can take the next point, put you about there, and then we can run it up to here. Wow, we're gonna have to be adding more points in, I think. Now, if I get one about here, where was 37? Yeah, I could pretty much run a straight one up to about here. And I can go up to about here. Pretty much a straight line. Let's go here. There. Yeah, so it's going to take a while to get fields put in, because we're going to have to, especially if I'm not doing like a lot of square fields. So it's going to take a bit to get fields put in. Now, since we got a little bit of a straight run, can go to there. I'm surprised there's that many points in this one field. So I go from there to there, that'll work. Then I can go up to about here. From there, that'll work. 58 to about there. About there. Yeah. The more points you put in on odd shaped fields, the easier the AI is going to make a turn. Go about here. Now we have a little bit of a straight run. So 73 was there, 74 is there. Now, can I fill that in a little bit? I can. Can I fill this in a little bit? So 81. Where's 80? That'll work. Now, since this is a straight line, I can put 85 up here. And then can I take that off a little bit, I think. Yeah. 87 was here, 88, yeah, that'll work. If I go down to about here, it's about a straight shot. This is a straight shot too. Go to about here. And so 90, yep, that'll work. Let's get to about there. I know we started down there somewhere. Let's go see where our first start point is. Now, you're pretty much a straight shot. There. Now we're on 113. All right, so we've got to go there. All right. Now, let me do a quick save. Let me write down 120 so I remember where I am. Just for a minute, because what I want to do, since this one has so many points in it, I'm not going to have to add any more in. And this one, and if you come in here, if you go to user attributes, it has all the user attributes of it being a field. So I'm going to go File, Export Selection with File. So I'm going to go Map. I'm going to go Remove. And I'm just going to go Field 01. Doesn't matter what I name it because we can change it. So we used 120 points. So from 121 to 127, I won't need, because there's our last point. The name indicator, you want to kind of sort of put in the middle of the field. So the name indicator, I want to put there. And then let's come over here. And we will take some dirt texture. And let's go back to square for a minute. I want to make it like an entrance into the field, because then we could put our teleport node right there. So that's field 1 in. Now field 1, it's got to make sure it's named field 1. Name indicator index is 1. I believe I got to change the name here with it. No, I think when you name it here, never mind, I shouldn't have to change anything into user attributes. So that is going to be field 1. So field 2, again, this road is probably a little bit too wide. We'll change that up. But let's go, let's bring in another, just so we have it. So let's go to field 2. Let's grab field 1. I'm going to duplicate it. And then we're just going to change it to field 2. I'm going to plop it here, and then we get to start all over. So that's going to be 0.0. Where was 0 at? That'll work. Now let me straighten this up a little bit. Ah, crap. All right, so that's 0.3, so let's go 0.4. Here, I'm gonna go 0.5. Kind of here, and we can come straight down. Go here now. Go 7, 8 can go about here. And can I add a little bit right there? I can. So 9 can go about there, 10 can go about there. All right, where was 10? That'll work. Put 12, yeah. About here, where's 11? That'll work. We can go straight up to about here. Thirteen, 14. Now let's bring that in a little bit and make it easier. So I can come straight up. To about there. Now we can get a point. Oop, moved my camera, didn't mean to do that. Go about here. Yeah. Now, can I fill you in a little bit right there? It's 22, that'll work. Now, a straight shot out to about here. And we can go straight shot out to about there. And then go to about there. Now, since this is a straight shot, we can go to here. And then we need to start coming this way. I think I can go to about there. So it was 37. Let's go from there to there. Now it's pretty much a straight line up to here. So it's 44. I'm going to put you about here. You're not going to go very straight, are you? Because you're at a weird angle. Let's back it up a minute. 47 to 48. That'll work. And then we get 51. About there. Now it's a straight shot all the way up to here. Oh crap, 54. Actually, last one was 53, right? Yeah, so 53, 54. Then it's going to be a straight shot. To about there. Now, can I fill in a little bit there and a little bit there? Yeah. Now we can go straight shot. This is why everybody does square fields. To about there. Now, where was our first one? So we're on 64. Let me, my short-term memory sucks, so let's go see where our 0.0 was. so I have an idea. So about halfway around the corner. So let's go back to 64. Throw you there. Let's see where 0.0 was again. So up to 69. Actually, that'll work out well. So that was 69. All right, let's do one more in the about there. And then from 71 down, I won't need. So there's 0.70. And 0.0. Beautiful. Now, name indicator. We wanted about middle. And then teleport node. About there. Now, since this is field 1, it has to be farmland ID 1. Let me do a quick save. So now we go back to info, we go back to farmlands. So field 1 has to be farmland 1. Now, I want to leave a little bit of grass around each field. I want to take it to the water so you can cut the grass around it. So let's take farmland 1 over to about, yeah, we'll go even with the water. Well, let's go about halfway. We're going to have to split this field. Split the farmland with field 2. Like I said, I want to be able to own some grass so you can cut around it. Go up on my speed a little bit. Now let's take farmland 1, kind of like even with the house. Now we'll straighten this up. And I think I want to take it out to the road. Yeah, I do. So let me come in here a second. Let's change it to square. And we'll straighten this up. Now I'm going to overpaint this side so it goes under the road so we don't miss a section. And then we'll fix it when we paint this next farmland in. Now we're going to split this field. And again, this side of the road doesn't matter because we're going to fix it when we get to that side of the road. And you'll see that once we do more farmlands, you'll see what I mean. Now, let's go back to round. I'm going to come over about like this. So that's going to be farmland 1. So now we go to farmland 2 for field 2. And let me go back to square for a minute. We've got to take it, it's got to touch farmland 1. It can't be any of that pink in the middle. And we're going to take this one all the way out. Again, we'll clean it up once we do this side of the road. We'll paint it back to the road, but this way I don't leave any gaps under the road. Now, let's go. I'm going to go back to round. If I overpaint it a little bit, I don't miss anything. And here in between the two fields, it really doesn't matter because it's non-usable land. Oops, I missed a little spot over there. You see a little bit of pink? We got to go back and fix that. That's when you get a farmland error. So let's go farmland 1. And we'll paint that in. Let's go back to farmland 2. And then we'll take this down. And again, we'll overpaint a little bit and we'll fix it on the bottom when we do the town. Yeah, so that's fine. So we'll take it along the water. We'll take it out across the road. And when we get to that side of the road, we'll clean it up. Now, once I get it in, I like to get a little bit closer and take a look just to see if I didn't miss any of those little spots like I did over there. Alright, so everything looks good that way. Everything looks good that way. I want to check this farmland as well. Just get a little bit closer. Make sure I didn't miss anything. That looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. Alright. Now that the farmlands are done, let's go ahead and let's turn it off so I don't accidentally paint anything. I'm going to do another save. Alright, now we're going to go foliage, we're going to go meadow, we're going to go harvest ready, we're going to limit textures to grass. Now since there's grass under the fields, I gotta be careful. I gotta carefully paint around the fields, but then over like this way it doesn't really matter. And this is the part of the map building I absolutely hate. I hate painting grass into the map. Well, at this point, meadow. So this whole inner square where the entire square we're working on now, the main farmland, the main farmyard, you're going to own pretty much. You're going to own the land in this whole square. So you'll own fields 1 and field 2 when we start the game. I think a little bit larger. So when I work on my maps, I like to finish one area completely before I go on to the next area. That means grass, foliage, whatever needs to be done, I want it 100% before I move on to the next square or the next part of the map. So I don't have to come back and paint all the grass in at the end. So once we finish the home farm square, we won't have to come back and touch it. If we have a little bit of grass on the field, that's fine. Whatever we tell it to plant in the field will grow right up over it. It'll overwrite the grass if there's any on the field. So you don't have to be like super perfect, but I like to be close. I'll go back. I think I missed a little strip right through there. turn it this way a minute. Yeah. I hate that when you leave that little gap between the field and the grass. Alright, so that's field 1 painted around. Let's go this way. I might want to skinny this road up. We'll see what it looks like in game. I think it might be a little too wide. Alright, let me do a quick save. Now, do I have I do not. Alright, so let's open up a File Explorer. Documents, My Games, Farm Sim 25 mods. I'm going to go into the Homestead map. Let's open that up a second. Now, I want to find, oh, where are they? The destructible rocks. And let's just, I just want one cluster. Just want to make sure, yeah, let's over here, hang on. Those are the rock walls. Yeah, there we go. Now, which one has the user attributes? This does. So I don't need this one. No, I can just grab this one. So let's go File, Export Selection with Files. So I'm going to dump it in the Remove. Because once we import it in the map, I won't need it in the file. TROYABLE, destroyable underscore rocks. I'm going to call it 01. Let's save that. So now, before I go, let's go into the remove folder. And let's go to the destroyable rocks. I'm going to just open up a Notepad++ for a minute. I want to make sure it has all the user attributes in it, and it does. So now what I want to do over here is let's grab some texture. Let's go to round. It's on dirt. Beautiful. So now let's come over here. And then let's go. Let me create a new transform group. And let's go. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Destroyable rocks. Try not to sneeze. Alright. So file, import, destroyable rocks. So one, I'm gonna go edit, cut, edit, paste. Now I gotta leave those at 0, 0, 0 or they will not work properly, but we have to change this to group ID 0, 1. And we have to change this to 0, 1. So now we can grab these here. Alright, so let's grab some grass back. Where are you? And then we can clean this up a little bit. Alright, I just want to give you a little bit of destroyable. I'm going to put some down by the other field as well. There's going to be more on the other. I don't want a lot on the home farm, but there's going to be more on the other fields. So we should be, yep, we're back on track. What's nice about it, I can paint right over this and it's not going to pick up any of the texture because it's dirt. And then before I do that, so let's and I don't know if I need it that wide, but since I have the dirt texture going, no, I changed it back to grass, did I? And let's go square. And let's just bring this into this field. Do I want a dirt road through here? No, we'll just take it over to this field. I'm going to narrow it up a little bit. So let me back that off. There we go. But we'll start off wide and we'll go a little bit more narrow. So I just want to bring another entrance into this field. Alright, that'll work. So now we go back to our foliage. And we'll bring this around. And then we can actually take it now. right to here. Ah, crap. I hate when I do that. It doesn't turn off, and then I go to move my mouse and or move my camera, and it erases part of it. I'll do that about 1,000 times while I build a map. Alright, so now let me do a quick save. And then let's go to, let's turn off limit to grass. I'm going to go water plants. Oh, which ones are they? Are those the cattails? They are the cattails. Beautiful. So now we're going to grab the cattails and we're going to go along here. And now I want to throw some out here. And then to finish this part of the map off, let's go on this side. And again, they're cattails. They don't have to be perfect. You don't need them in a perfect line. if you're missing some or if you have some extra. It's nature. They don't grow in a straight line. And we can finish it about here for now until we get to that part of the map. We'll just go out to this tree. Since we're working over on fields 1 and 2. Now let me do another save. So I like to save often. Now I want to bring a different set of trees in, and I don't think I have them in the map yet. Let me go into my remove folder. I have tree group 1. Is this the one I want? Let's go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That is not the one I want. All right. Now let's go back into. We can go into the homestead map. I want one of these entire tree groups. Yeah. I want one that doesn't have the road running through the middle. Alright. So let's grab. Let's come up here. And let's go File, Export Selection with Files. Call it Tree Group Forest. Alright, and then we can go back into this map. Let me go over here where my trees are. This is just a temporary, where did I put them? Over here. This is just a temporary holding spot. These will all get deleted out. I just want something to pick trees from. And let's go. Now where's my remove trees? Right here. Alright, so let's go File, Import, Tree Group Forest. I'm going to go Edit, Cut. I'm going to put it in here because we're going to remove these towards the end of the build. And I'm going to stick you right here. Let's get you out of my way so you're not on the road. And we'll move these once we get to this part of the build. Because I want to grab, where's our trees used? Up here. So main farm. And I want to grab one of these larger ones, the ones with the really fat trunks, because you get a lot of wood out of them. I believe that might be one of them. No, it's not. It's going to be a stage. Is it a stage 2? Oh, it's a stage 3. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate that one. I'm going to slide it out here for a second. And we're going to go Edit, Cut, Main Farm, and Paste. Yeah, alright. So now that I have the tree I want. Let's go Edit, Interactive Placement. Bam, beautiful. Now I want to grab, let's grab, do I have one on the main farm yet? I do. I have one over here. So I'm going to duplicate. Slide it out in case I lose it. I want you here. Actually, I think I'll want 2 of you. You're not going to be able to get to these unless you build a bridge out here. And then let's grab one of these. Duplicate that. We'll throw one in the middle. I like that. All right. So now let's go back to this one. And I'm going to go Control B. Now it's going to be free floating. So now I can bring some along here. So I'm just hitting the Shift key every time I want to add a tree in. And let's stick it over there so it's not floating. Control B again. Oh, cool. I'm just going to grab, I'll also just go Control B one more time. Alright, so we're going to go there. Now we have I wanted to do a set of destructible rocks here, but I actually don't think I do. I could put them right here. Now, let's leave it. Let's just go with the one for now. All right, so we got that lined with trees. Our border's done. This section's done. This section over here is kind of done. Now, what I also wanted to do, if you want to join these two fields together, you're going to have to work for it a little bit. So let me duplicate that tree. I'm going to run a line of them through here. So you're going to have to get rid of these trees if you want to join these two fields together. Something like that. Yeah. Now, we'll decorate this part of the farm once we get to it, but we're not over there yet. But fields 1 and fields 2, let me just close one of these transform groups. So fields 1 and fields 2 should be about where I want them. So let's do a save. Now, a couple things we need to look at. Now, our farmlands XML, farmlands 1 and 2 are going to be fields 1 and field 2. I don't need farmland 3. That was just my little test because we don't have field 3 yet. So I'm going to shut that one off. Why every one of them is named Grandpa, I have no idea. Let me see how the NPCs are set up, because this is a different map base than my other maps are. So let me come in here. Let me go into the... Is it in the map folder? Do you read the NPCs from here? Or do you read the NPCs from the mod description? Where do you read the NPCs? Let's go back to the map XML. Let me come up here. Let me go Control Find. Okay, so you read it from, you're reading the in-game one. dollar data. So it's reading the in-game NPCs. I think they could be named more than. Let me go look at this map really quick and see how I have it set up. So let's go to the 7 species homestead. Let's look at the map. How do I have my NPCs here? Dollar data. Okay. So, all right, garden we're done with, mixing station we're done with. Store items from the mountain map I'm going to close. Placeables from the mountain map I'm going to close. This is the swamp farmlands. Let's save that because right now we're only using farmlands 1 and 2. I want to go in here and I want to see what other names I can use. So I'm going to go pull up from the homestead map my farmlands. Oh yeah, so we can use farmer, helper, grandpa. What's listed over here? Grandpa, forester, farmer, helper. All right, so let's do, let's go helper for that one. Now I want you to own both farmlands, both fields. So we have to add in default property true. So now we'll own field 1 and field 2. How do I have my price scale set up? 25,000. 30,000. So a little bit more expensive in this map. That is fine. So I have our farmlands map set up. We need to go to the fields. Okay, so let's pull up fields from here. And let's grab this one. Let's move it over here. And I'm going to put a second one in. Alright, crap. Well, I wanted to close that one. Alright, so we're going to go field 1. We're going to go with hemp harvest ready. Field 2, let's put in wheat harvest ready. So field 1 will have, now actually, do I want hemp or do I want clover? Let's do clover. So we'll do clover in field 1, wheat in field 2. So they'll spawn in, when we go into the game, clover should be in field 1, wheat should be in field 2. They both should be harvest ready. So our farmlands are done. I think we can jump in and check that out. We still have all the animal pens and everything else to put in the main farm yet. But let me just take a peek and look at fields 1 and fields 2. See how all the lines look. Let's go down to number 10 for absolutely no particular reason. Turn on our log, make sure everything is loading without any errors. And I think we're good. So let's jump in here. So we should have field 1 should be clover ready to harvest. Field 2 should be wheat ready to harvest. I like the size of these fields. The field borders look pretty good. Let's do this real quick. I want to see how the lines in game look. Take this speed down to just time down to speed 1. Alright, I'm going to grab, I just want to see how the lines look. So I'm going to grab my store delivery mod for a minute. I want to grab a harvester, and I don't care, I'm just going to lease it, so we're not saving the game. And I want to grab a header. Let me throw the wheels on just so I can get it across the bridge. But let's take a look at the field lines for this field. I'm curious to see what it looks like. Oh, nice. Nice smooth edge around. A little bit of a kink right there, but that's actually really, really nice. So let's, yeah. Now, I don't think you're going to fit across this bridge. You might. This road's actually not too wide. I'm going to leave it. I don't think you're going to fit across here, though. Oh, make a liar out of me. So how do you look over here? Oh, nice. Nice lines there as well. Beautiful. So, and now let's check out the farmlands. So, farmlands 1, so go to farmlands. So farmlands 1, we own it, so I can sell it just so we can see how it's defined. And then farmland 2, we can also sell it just so we can see it defined. Now what we can, I'm going to change that once we get back out of here. So farmlands are good. Fields 1, fields 2, I'm going to call good. Alright, now we're going to have a big meadow here. But I think I want to change. So coming out of the vehicle shop, we can drive straight back to the main farm. I like that. So I'm going to I want to change these up a little bit. So let's go texture. Let's go, doesn't matter, square for now is fine. Let's put it on grass. And I want to change up these roads a little bit on both sides. I want to come over along the bank a little bit closer, and then the same thing on this side. Let's bring it in along the bank a little bit closer. And then, because I want to tie it in with that, and then we're going to come in, then we're going to get crazy. Alright, so let me get rid of this little bit of grass. Alright, so So let's go back to texture, dirt, round. It's about where I want. So I want this to come around this way a little bit. I want it to curve with the land, kind of, sort of. And we'll curve it around this way. I'm going to like that much better. And let's come on this side. And then we will come along here. And then we'll clean this up a little bit. And then we can pull this down now. Well, not yet. I want a meadow on that side. Or do I want the meadow on this side? Where do I want the meadow? Good question now. Do I want the meadow on this side? I think I want the meadow on this side. I think we're going to put all of our animal pens on this side. So I want to finish this main square so we can move on to the next square. And I don't know which square I want to move on to. Because I'm going to change this up and put a little island here for fishing. Some of the recipes, crafting recipes for this map are going to be different than the other maps. This map is going to be more self-sufficient, where you won't have to put a lot of placeables down. Alright, let's save this. Now it's time to get crazy. It is going to be time to get crazy. So let's minimize that a minute. Now, do I have the animal pens in this map yet? Is it going to be under placeables? I do not have the animals in here yet. All right, so we're going to go map, placeables. Well, the homestead map doesn't have any animal pens built into it. Let's go to the mountain map. There we go. Yeah, so you have the animal pens built into you. The cow, the pig, the sheep. We're going to put a different chicken pen in. So I'm just going to do the cow, the pen, the cows, the pigs, and the sheep for now. So let's go 7-zip animals. I'm going to cut it from here. We're going to throw it over here. And we will, it's in the placeables folder. It is. Go like that. And then this one we can delete out. And it should put it on top. All right, so that's going to be our animals. And I just want to check something. Map placeables icons, beautiful. Now there's a different chicken I want to use. I brought in is it under here? It is not. Is it under here? Maybe I deleted it. Crap, I think I did. I was cleaning up some folders. Grain, hedge pack, fence pack, hedge pack. I did. I accidentally deleted the one I wanted. Machinery. Oh, outdoor chicken coop. There, I want a fenceless chicken coop. And I think I want to go with this large one. Well, it's not fenceless, it's an open chicken coop. So it's chicken stable 3. So let's go with enhanced. Let's open this one up. Yes, and then the fence will spawn in separately. So let's go file, export selection with files, map, placeables, animals, and we have to name it the same. So it's going to be enhanced chicken with a capital C, stable 03. Just want not to rename anything. You just make sure it matches. Man, I want to make sure everything up here matches down here. ENHANCD, ENHANCD, enhanced chicken stable 3. So we will grab that. I'm also going to need the XML. I'm going to need the store icon. And I think that's all I need. This guy shouldn't have any textures. I think they all, let's just take a peek. Yeah, there's only one texture. So I think we're good. It's going to be a really light file in the house. So fields I am done with. We can close that. So there's a couple things we're going to have to change in here really quick. So let's open up this XML, and let's open up the cow barn XML. Husbandry, animals, cows. Yeah, we're going to need to change the path of the i3D. So I'm going to grab this, and it's going to go here because it has to refer to the in-game map. And then where's the store photo? That also has to change to read in-game. So let's go back to the cow barn. I don't have it on here. Okay, can be renamed true. Can be renamed true. But I want to change this. So let's grab let's come in here. Let's go map. Placeables. I just want to grab any XML. So I want to go show and store true, can be sold true. And let's drop that here. And then I want to grab can be renamed, can be deleted. I'm going to throw that here as well. Oop. I don't need the top one. Let me back that up. What did I miss? Oh, I missed this second line. All right. Let's save that. Let's go to my cow barn. And I want map placeables icons. So we go to the chicken stable. And we go map, we replace that line, we replace that line. Is there anything else this is going to read? we're going to change the food capacity and the amount of chickens in a minute. So food capacity right now is at 2,000. Let's go. Let's just go 20,000. And then the number of chickens. Let's go with 4. So that should be good. Now we need in the mountain map. Let's go. I need to store items. I need animals. We're going to change the chicken coop. So I want the sheep barn big, the cow barn big, and the pig barn big. I'm going to copy those over into the swamp map. Mod description, store items. And then we have to create a new one for enhanced chicken stable. So let's copy that one, drop it here, and it is going to be EN, if I can spell, type ENHANCD, chicken stable 03 XML. Oh, I did spell that correctly. We're going to grab this line. It's got to go in the mod description. We'll save that. So I should have everything in the game to bring the chicken pens in. Now, there's one other thing I want to look at is the manure heap extension. I think I'm reading the in-game i3D. We're going to need the heap extensions for the cow barns and the pig stable. So let's jump in here a minute. Nope. Done with you. Let's jump in here a minute. Map, placeables, animals, manure heap extension is reading the in-game i3D. So we're going to need the in-game i3D. So we're going to go to Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, FarmSim25, Data. What's the path? Placeables, brandless. Placeables, brandless. Manure heap. Manure heap. I need this i3D. So we're going to go File, Export Selection with Files. I'm going to throw it into Remove because we will not need to keep it in the map. So it's going to be the manure heap. And then we can close that. I can close that so I don't accidentally make any changes to it. Alright, so you should be saved, but let me save it again. Alright, now let's go to, and here's where it gets a bit fun and scary at the same time. I didn't put the manure heap. Crap, hold on. I didn't put the manure heap in the files. Alright, so under Bridgie Swamp Placeables, Animals, I need this one, so I need to copy this over to here. Oh, it's in there. Skip. Manure heap extension. Alright, which one do I have open? I'm going to close it, so I don't know which one I have open. I need this one open. Everything's going to stay the same. I don't need, no I don't, but I need to do this. So I need to go into store items. I need the manure heap extension because I have to put it in the mod description and I have to put it in the store items. Alright, now we should be good. So now let's fire the game up. Let's go to 10. Beautiful. Now let me take the time down to just half speed because I don't want it getting dark on us. Now let's come down this way. Alright, so let's go nope, add money. I'm going to add in just so we have it. So I'm going to go into construction, animals, cows. Can I zoom out a little bit further? I can't. Alright, that's fine. So I'm going to find my modded cow large. Yeah, and this is the one I want. I know, you're on the wrong side. I want to turn you this way. Now, you're going to drive me nuts because I'm not going to be able to get, that's as straight as I can get it. So I want one for cows. Do you want to customize the fence? No. Do I want the plant meadow? Yes. Now I also want one for buffalo. What do you overlap with another object? What do you overlap with? You're not overlapping anything. You're not okay, why are you not going to let me put you back here? Now, you're not overlapping with anything. So I'm going to go toggle free mode. You're going to go, I want another one here. Customize the fence, no. Meadow, yes. So we're going to have two cow barns, one for cows, one for water buffalo. Now let's go piggies, which is going to be this one. And let's put you here. And now we're going to need, we're going to come back to sheep and chickens in a minute. Let's go to, I think it's under crap. Yes. It's under, no, is it up here? Silo extensions, it is. We need the manure heap extension. So let me zoom in a little bit. So I want one for the pigs, and I'm going to want one for this cow barn. Are you going to do that to me? Let's go here, and I want one for this cow barn. So let's go there. Now let me zoom out a little bit further. Alright, so let's go to back to animals. Where are sheep? So I want you, and we're going to turn you. You don't overlap with anything. So let's go here. So I want one for sheep. Do I want to optimize the fence? No. Plant the meadow? Yes. I want one for goats. No and yes. So that's the cows, the pigs, the sheep, chickens. We should have the modded, yeah, this one. Now where's your front? I've got to spin you around. Okay. Let's put one. I want two. So let's throw one here for no particular reason. And let's put one there. So that takes care of chickens. I'm not going to mess with bees because we're going to put the apiary down. Doghouse we have. Cows are good. We're not going to do horses. I never do horses. I don't think anybody plays with horses anymore. So we should have cow barn with its extension. We're going to have cow barn with this extension. We're going to have the piggies with its extension. And then we will have chickens, one for sheep, one for goats. Alright, now we're going to go save game and quit. Alright, so now we're going to go into, we're going to open a new folder. We're going to go Documents, My Games, FarmSim25, Save Game 10, and I want the placeables. I don't think it's on Create Objects now. I want the placeables XML. Because what we're going to do is we're going to nope, hang on, I got to do something else first. Not ready to go there yet. Let's open that back up. I knew I was forgetting two things. I was forgetting two things. Well, I was forgetting like 3 things, but that's a story for another day. Let's go back into save game 10. And I don't need to look at the errors because we should be error free. We are 2 hours in. My coffee cup is almost empty, which is not good because it's only like 10:30 in the morning, and I've been up since midnight working on videos. And I'm going to be up till about 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to get a lot done today. All right, a couple things we got to do. And how much money? Okay, so we still got $8 million. Beautiful. Because what we need to do is what I forgot to do. There's a couple things. So we're going to come over here. Where's your little... Ooh, there are no symbols to buy animals. That's a problem. Oop. So what am I missing? Ah, okay, so we gotta go in and fix the triggers. Okay. Crap. What's messed up with the triggers? I always do this and it usually works. Let's go into the log. Let's come back up to the top. Control find. Error. 0 children given. Cow barn big. Why are you not loading triggers? Why are you not loading triggers? Even the chicken stables throwing an error. Oh no, cow barn big. Is it just a cow barn big? It's just a cow barn big. Why is the cow barn big throwing errors but not the other ones? They probably have the wrong XML for the building. Yeah, it looks like it's just the cow barn big. Now, it could have stopped at the cow barn big and they're all throwing errors. And we won't see it until we fix the cow barn and go back in game. Cow barn big, cow barn big. Yeah, it looks like it's just... so let's come back in here. Let's go cow barn big. Map placeables animals, cow barn big. So the i3D is correct. Mod description, cow barn big. So that's correct. Store items, cow barn big. That is correct. You are reading, you're not, okay, so cow barn big i3D. Cow barn big. Everything is spelled correctly. You're not reading what? You're not reading the triggers. Loading trigger, loading trigger, loading trigger, loading trigger. Player trigger. It's not reading any of the triggers. And I pulled it out of the mountain map, which the mountain map is running without any errors. Why are you not reading the triggers? Let's see. Map placeables icons. This should not have anything to do with it. Let's do this then. Let's go into the swamp map. Let's go into Richie's Mountain, map placeables, cow barn, big. Let's open you up. And you don't have any triggers. Why do you not have any triggers? You're not throwing any errors. Food, door, straw, liquid, tank, navigation, fence. There, info trigger to read in. Loading trigger. I see triggers here. Let's look at. Alright, so the loading trigger was number 21, so that's correct. So why are you not reading the triggers? You are the correct barn. Close that for a minute. Let's come in here, cow barn big. Should be the same one. Info trigger, loading trigger. Loading trigger is 21. What's it not reading? 23. 002. 23. Zero. I don't see a 00. Let's do one thing. So let's go cow barn big here. I'm going to go file, export selection, Richie Swamp map, placeables, animals, cow barn big. Let's overwrite it. And let's grab, the XML is identical, so it doesn't matter. Zero, zero, two. So it's not reading. Dynamically loaded parts. It's not reading the dynamically loaded parts. Dynamically loaded parts. Dollar data, dollar data, dollar data. So everything's reading in game. I don't see. It's reading the in-game i3D. Do I need to read the in-game i3D? Let's see how the sheep is set up. Pig barn, no, pig barn's reading my i3D. So the cow barn should read my i3D as well. Map placeables animals. So it's reading the barn, it's not reading the dynamically loaded parts. The dynamically loaded parts are reading dollar data in-game. So the dynamically loaded parts are not i3D mapped. Let's see, is it reading the light switch? It is. And then it's going to have, well, that's the only one for 10. Control panel, and then the milk container. If I have to read the in-game i3D, I will, and then the milk container. Cow barn viz 23001. I think that's the one. It's one of the ones it's not reading. 23002, 23001. So it's saying it's not reading 23001. So 23001, the cow viz, it's saying it's not reading. And it's not, because there's nothing in the map. Or there's not in the XML. That's bizarre. So why is it working on one map and not the other? Oh, hold on. Cow barn big. No, it should read the whole thing. Cow barn big viz 01, cow barn big viz 02. Cow barn. Oh, where'd the i3D go? Oh, down here. Cow barn. Dynamically loaded parts of viz. Visual load 2300. 2300. 2300. 2300. 23001. So it says it's not reading these. What other errors is it? What else is it not reading? So it's not reading any of the viz group. It's not reading any of the viz group. 220. 230. So it's not reading the dynamically loaded parts, and it's not reading the viz group. Why? Let me look at something. Let's go File Explorer, Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, FS25, Data, Animals, nope, Data, Placeables, Brandless, Animal Husbandries, Cow Barn. What happened to the Cow Barn Big? Did they take it out? Maybe that's why it's not reading it. So let's go Placeables, Map US. Nope, what's it reading? It is reading. Back up here. It should be reading Placeables, Rudolph Holman. Placeables, Rudolph Hoffman. There we go. Cow Barn Big. I just want to open this up a second to see if it's the same. It is. Cow Barn Big. I may have to read this i3D. But I want to see. Let's go down to the bottom. Because Mayan's not reading the Cow Barn Viz. And this i3D is no different than Mayan. So why is it not reading it? Milk. Yeah, so that should all be the same. That should all be the same. That should be the same. That should be the same. Cow Fence is reading the in-game. I don't know why it's not working. That is bizarre. Let's close the in-game one so I don't accidentally make any changes to it. So the pig barn's fine, the sheep barn is fine, but the cow barn's not reading the i3D properly. Why? Let me jump back in game. Let me just make sure everything is saved. So let's go to Placeables. They're not in there yet. Mod description. Cow Barn Big. Store items. Cow Barn Big. Let me look at one other thing. Cow Barn Big. I may have the wrong animal pens in. No, because I pulled mine up because it holds 800 animals. But let me do one other thing real quick. Do I have it in the pig file? I don't. So let's go to let's look at one other thing. placeables. I want to grab, oh, you're not even in here. All right. We got to fix that one as well. Fertilizer can be, yeah, so let's grab this, put it here. And then let's grab can be renamed, can be deleted. Can be renamed. Okay, so the base, yep, you're fine there. Map placeables, animals, cow barn, big. We may have to delete those out and put them back in. May have to grab a different cow barn. May not be reading the right barn. Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out why it's not reading the triggers. I don't see anything wrong with any of the files. One of those giant quirks that you pull your hair out for 4 hours trying to figure out why. Now I replaced the i3D. You'll see, nope, it's not reading the triggers. So why is it not reading the triggers? And it's only the cow barn. So let's go in here for a minute. Let's come over here. I'm going to try two things. So let's come in here for a minute. Construction, animals, cows. It's this i3D. So I don't know why it's not reading it. All right, let's do. Let me try replacing them first. Oh, I gotta sneeze. All right, hold on. Oh my goodness, sorry. So let's go into construction. Nope, God, I'm way off. The sneeze really messed me up. Let's go into construction. Let's sell you off. And we will sell you off. And then, so let's check the log. So, and let's see if we put him down, if it's going to create a new error. So let's go into animals, this one, and my fence is the wrong way around. Yeah, I know I can't place you there. I'm just trying to get you square. Alright, so let's put you here. You want to customize the fence? No. Do I want to plant the meadow? Yes, and you're not reading the triggers either. Let's go B. Yep, it's not reading those triggers either. All right, let's get out of here. Let's make a change. So let's go. Crap, I don't have it open. Richie Swamp. No, let's go back in here. Let's go back to program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, FS25 data, placeables, Cow Barn Big. Cow Barn Big. I'm gonna read the in-game i3D. So let me take my cow barn and let's read the in-game i3D. And we'll save it. I think that's the only thing it has to read from in-game. Store function should be the same. It is. So that's all good. And then, is there anything else from in-game it has to read? No, I think we're good. So I can close that one. So let's go back. Now that it's going to read the in-game one, let's see if it's throwing trigger errors. If not, I'm going to call it done for this video and then try and figure it out off camera. And I'll let you know what was wrong. Go career, let's go back down to 10. Let's turn on our log and see if it reads the triggers from the in-game i3D. Nope, it's not reading the triggers. Why is it not reading the triggers? Okay, so let's try one other thing. Let's close this i3D out. This is the mountain map. Let's close that out. So let's come into here. Map, placeables, animals. I'm going to grab this cow barn, big. I'm going to drag it out of there. Let's go cow barn big. Let's go file, export selection with files. I'm going to overwrite the one in my map. I'm going to grab this this one, and let's paste it in here. Now I want to change the icons, because I want it to read my icons, and that shouldn't have anything to do with why it's not working, because it's reading them on the mountain map, and the mountain map is not throwing any errors. And then I want to change cows. All right. All right, mate, number of animals. 500. This is the wrong barn. This one's the 500 one. So there's got to be a different cow barn. So Rudolph Holdman. There's got to be a different cow barn. Because Mayan should be reading 800 animals. No, 500 animals. This is the one. Yeah, that's on my desktop. So, did I put the wrong animal pen down? How many animals in the mountain map? 500. Okay. So let's go back in here. $83. All right, so let's change that to 500, 505. And then we have to change our storage capacities all to 100,000. And then the animal feed. We need to change here and here. So it now should read Cow Barn Big XML, and it should read the in-game i3D, and the in-game i3D matches this XML because we just pulled it out of there. So let's close you, let's close you. This will be my last try, and I'm gonna call it an episode and grab some food and fresh coffee. I'll walk away for an hour and then I'll figure the error out. So let's go back to save game 10. We have to swap out these cow barns. I have no idea why it's not reading the triggers. So let's try one more thing. One more thing. So let's come into construction. We're going to sell you. We're going to sell you. And then one more time, let's go into cows. Okay, so this one's 800 animals. This one's 500 animals, but it should be this one. I don't see why it won't read it. No and yes. Let's turn you off. No and yes. So let's do a quick save. Hang on, did I save that? And then let's reload, save game 10. And it's not going to read the triggers. Oh, nope, it's not reading the triggers. I have no idea why this thing's not reading the triggers. Have no idea why it's not reading the triggers. We're pointing to the in-game i3D. And we have no triggers. Completely bizarre. So we have triggers here for the pigs. So the pigs are no problem. The sheep are no problem. Chickens are no problem. All getting triggers. Triggers here, triggers here, triggers here, triggers here. No triggers for the cows. Why? I just pulled the XML out. The doors work, but there's no freaking triggers. Are the chickens and sheep reading? No, but they will. So why is it throwing an error here and not throwing an error in the mountain map that I'm currently playing on? Is the animal dealer reading the cow pens? You're reading the pen, but I'm not getting any triggers. You're only reading one pen though. That's a problem. So it's reading one pen but not 2. Yeah, because we have the water buffalo. So what you're reading, and you're reading the pens here, but you're not reading the triggers. Why? Why are you not reading the triggers? Let me put the other, let me try one more thing. I'm going to put down this barn instead. Come on, try and get you square this way. You're close, but you're still not. There you go. Might be closer. No, I want you to turn that way a little bit more. There we go. So let's put you down. Fence, no, and yes. You don't overlap, but nothing. Fence, no, and yes. So let's do a save. Let's quit out. Let's go save game 10. And now you're going to read the triggers. Nope, maybe not. It paused again. Okay, so it's just the icons. That's an easy fix. So I need the milk and slurry. Okay, so now it's going to read the triggers, but let's fix the icons. So it's, why is it not reading? It's not reading the milk and it's not reading the slurry. So let's go map placeables. Fix one problem and create another one. Icons. Marker food. I don't think they're in here. So let's go to the log. So which two is it not reading? Oh, it's still not reading them. Still not reading the triggers. Oh, you suck. Loading trigger. Oh, and hence chicken stable now is messed up. No, it's still the cow barn big. It's still not reading them. Let me come all the way to the bottom. Let's fix these two and then go back in game. So I need the marker icon for milk and the marker icon for slurry. Crap, where's my marker icons? I may not have them in this map. All right, hold on. Let's go to Richie's Mountain map. Placeables. Icons. I need marker icon food. Marker icon food. File, export selection with files, map, placeables, icons. And I need M-A-R-K-E-R, capital I-C-O-N. It's in here, food. So why is it not reading it? I have marker icon food. What was the other one it wasn't reading? Marker icon animals. Marker icon animals. So why are you not reading them? We got half the battle fixed. Marker icon milk, marker icon food. Placeables, icons. Marker icon food is in here. I don't see anything wrong with it. Marker icon animals. Marker, M-A-R-K-E-R, capital I, icon, animals, capital A. Yep, it's not reading them. So why is it not reading the i3D and it's there? Map, placeables, icons, marker icon, milk. Oh, milk. Oh, it's not reading all four of them. Why? Map, placeables, icons. Let's change one thing back then, and let's try one more thing. Let's go placeables, animals, pig barn. Let's go map, placeables, animals. I'm going to change it back to reading the my i3D, and let's see if it's still throwing. Let's see if it doesn't read anything now. Sometimes I think it's not worth it. How much red are we going to see? No. So the only thing that's, let me just scroll up. So the only thing it's not reading now are the icons. So that's the only thing it's not reading are the milk and slurry. Ah, okay, milk and slurry. Milk and slurry are the ones it's not reading. So, I think we may have it nailed down now. Placeables, icons. I need milk and slurry. They're not in here. Marker icon, milk. File, export selection with files, map, placeables, icons. This one is milk. And then I need the one for slurry. File, export selection with files, slurry. So I think we should be good now. So it should read everything. We should now have triggers. Oh my goodness, like 3 hours later. Well, an hour trying to fix triggers. So save game 10. Should be no red now. Yay! Alright, we should have triggers. Sometimes you change the same thing and it works, that you just changed and it didn't work. So we should now have triggers for the cow barns. Yes, and we do. So okay, so we still have $8 million. So we're going to go with Holstein 6 month. No. So let's go with 50. Oh, look at them. All right, let's come down to here. We're going to go with Water Buffalo. Let's go with 6 months. All right, let's come down to Piggies. And we're going to go with 0 months. I'm going to leave one chicken pen empty. I'm going to fill the other chicken pen. Oh, where's the all right, I'm going to go with roosters. Let's go with 2 of them. And then let's go with 0 month guys. Oh, look at them. Alright, so over here we're going to go with 3 month. And then over here we're going to go with the goats 3 month. I know, you're thinking they're not built into the map, but yep, they will be. Store delivery mod. Trucks. Alright, where are you with this? Where your standard capacity is 3,500, put you at 500,000. Let's look at the in-game one. Your extension is only 7,600. You are currently at 250. You are at 14,000. 17, 21. Do you hold all right, so 21,000 liters. All right, so let's cheat in wheat. Oh my god, this thing is so slow. Ooh, no oh, there, yeah, no trigger. That's not good. I'm not getting a trigger. Well, not seeing any errors. Why am I not getting a trigger? Now again, this is a mod I am. Oh, there we go. I was too close. Oh, because you're a side dump. And then let's throw. Well, let me do this. Let's throw that 1,000 liters of wheat in the silo, and I'll show you why. Because we can go in and change the numbers. Alright, so let's go. Hay. You're going to hit the ceiling. Actually, I can change the numbers. So I wanted some hay showing in here. Throw some straw in here. Let's throw some pig food in here. Now we've got to find TMR. Is it forage? I think it's, is it forage or is it TMR? What's it listed as? Total mixed rations. Throw some of that in here. I'm going to start you off with some animal food so you'll have it early game. So it should be hay, wheat, straw, pig food, and yeah, so we should be good. So let's come over this way. Oh crap. Can I change your dump side? Tip side left, tip side right. We need straw. We need TMR right there. All right, we need straw. And then we need TMR. All right, you need straw. And then you need pig food. Pig food. All right, now we saved the game and we quit out. Now, so let's come back into here. All right, pig barn, I'm going to close. Cow barn, I'm going to close. Chicken stall, log, that's fine. Chicken stall, I'm going to close. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come into save game 10. We're going to grab the placeables XML, and then in here we're going to grab, and I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to come back in. But we're going to grab the farm silo information from here because I want to add this into our map, into the in-game map. And then we're also going to grab all of the animals stuff. So we'll come in and we'll grab the pig barn because it's going to have all the pigs and the feed and all that in it. We're going to grab the manure heap extensions. There should be 3 of them. We're going to grab the sheep barn. We're going to grab all the sheep barn, all the animal stuff, and we're going to put it in the map files. And we've got to get all that in and working next time I come in to record. So actually, I'm going to leave that here. But let me pull this back up. I can close this, and then I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to call it here. I am Old Man 102. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out, and have an awesome day.